Okay, I'm ready to go. Cranked up this morning, no problem. Let's hit the road. It's about 2:35. Alright, I think that STP stuff has caused another system to malfunction, and that is the pressure relief system. So I was going to start that trip today, and it just kept getting hotter and hotter. I turned around, came home, and I'm like, oh, I expect everything in here to be boiling hot. So I reach in here and I grab this, and it was friggin' air temperature. And of course I got the filter back up under here, and I touched my filter, and it was like air temperature, which indicates that there's absolutely no oil flowing through my oil cooling system at the moment. And so now I go under the motor, and the only thing that popped out was the spring. So the plunger is stuck. I'm going to get rid of that spring. I've been meaning to put this spring in anyway. This is a little bit looser than this one. It should drop my oil pressure because I don't need that much oil pressure. Such a pain. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Alright, I got this guy with some Teflon tape because, well, it's got oil on it, so sealants aren't going to work too well. Reuse that guy right there. This is the same style plunger that I had in there, but this is a different plunger. Figured maybe there was some burr somewhere that I couldn't see. Who knows? And a different spring. We'll see what happens. Okay, forget the bolt. I just simply cranked the motor and built some oil pressure until it popped out. But anyway, the new one that I got, it'll actually slide in and out. So the other one sticks, this one slides in and out, no problem. Let's see what happens when we crank it. Keep an eye on that oil pressure right there. Alright, it's up. But it doesn't sound right. I got all kinds of valve clatter and stuff. Sounds bad. I'm just hoping I didn't do any damage to the motor. And I get the feeling that the motor got damaged. This is just bad. Alright, that seemed to pump the oil pressure up a little bit. Got rid of some of the clatter. See what the oil pressure looks like. So look at that, it's less than 60. Like it's actually working the way it's supposed to. Anyway, I do want to continue on my trip, and in order to get my trip out of the way, I got to make sure that it's, got oil passing through the cooling system. So I got to take it out for enough of a drive to get it warmed up. It's possible that that fixed it. So according to my thermometer up there in the front of the car, I've got I don't know, like 190-degree oil. See, my oil filter right now is pretty cool. But if I come over here to the actual cooler itself, now when I came back this morning, these fittings were like air temperature. These ones right here, that is wicked hot right now. The filter's hot. Sorry, not the filter, but the cooler. So I think that I am passing oil through the system once again. So I'm going to take it out on the same drive that I did today, where the temperature got to like 260. And let's see what happens. Well, it's better than it was, but Let's see, what do we got? Ah, that's freaking hot. Well, let's try the filter. The filter's now really hot, but I am definitely not pulling enough. There's definitely something wrong. Something has gotten plugged up somewhere. Well, I think I can scrub that trip. Let's add one more thing that STP stuff does. It fucking fouls up the friggin' oiling system. I have no idea what it's done. That's crazy. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that, geez, I don't know, maybe the passages inside the oil cooler itself have plugged. Doesn't make sense. I mean, the stuff is molasses, but that doesn't mean it's going to plug that up. I mean, the only other thing I can think of is the oil filter. It's something is malfunctioning in the oil filter, and it's preventing stuff from flowing through that part of the system. So it's too late in the day to do it. I think I'm going to scrub this trip. This is ridiculous. It shouldn't be like this. But I'm going to take that filter, which used to work, and I'm going to stick it back in. I'm just not doing it right now. For you it might be right now, but for me it's not.